Well, hello, hi. Yeah, I'm already back. I know, twice in a week. That's like really, not normal for me. And you might ponder, like, where's Europe, Lena? I used to have Europe glued in a map on my table surface. But seriously, it had to go. It was just becoming a little bit gross for me to, you know, just having on my table surface. I did try and wipe and clean it off. But, there's always these nasty stains that is refusing to come off. So even though that it actually was a vintage map, because it was an old map from when my son was like 2 or 3 years old or something, and today he's 20. So it was vintage when it came on, and then did I kick it out? No. I mean, how crazy are we? No, it's still here. My plan is now to cut it up and then insert it somehow in my junk journal. Or I could glue it as a background for a crazy paper to work on top. But isn't it crazy how I was about to kick it out because we were decluttering, and then I decided to recycle it as a table surface, and then when it has done its job as a table surface, I recycle it once more. It's just, I'm keeping it a little bit of a secret for the rest of the family. I don't want to be like viewed upon as this crazy hoarder that they have to throw out their stuff in secrecy in fear of me dumpster diving their trash. But anyway, I am on here today because I got mail. I got happy mail, and I wanted to share it with you guys on a visual stream, because taking pictures and putting on Instagram and Twitter does not really justify anything. So first of all, I want to show you guys. I got these two. The first one is from Deborah Adams. Thank you so much, Deborah. You sent me like the cutest things that I can put inside my junk journal. First of all, there is this beautiful lace. And look how everything is kind of like color coordinated. So if I was brave enough, I could actually make a journal spread out of what's in this envelope. And then she took like a dictionary paper and had a lot of, I think it's stamping and maybe jelly print on top of it, but totally useful. I mean, I can use this. I might even use it today actually. And then a lot of sweet quotes, like "You are magnificent," and then here a sticky note. There are far better things ahead than we leave behind. Cool. And a napkin with a very fresh summery motif. So thank you. And then this one is filled with some cutouts. Everyone smiles in the same language. That's my favorite, but I also like the one on the back. One way to get the most out of life is to look upon it as an adventure. So there's a struggle whether I should use this one or this quote. So I'm simply just gonna take advantage of my junk journal being in a kind of a Midori style, so I can just slit it in like this. So awesome. But look, I think she colored this in herself, and it's just so cute. Happiness is being loved. And then she used some sparkling like stickle things. I don't think it's stickles, but it works just like stickles, and they're so cute. So cute. And a pair of flip-flops. So summery, totally junk journal treasure, die cut to glue in. I can't wait to have fun with coffee and then just sitting and having good time with my junk journal, finding the perfect spot for this. So yeah, now talking about the junk journal. This is my junk journal. I got the ephemera from Sandra on my closure. And this junk journal is kind of a mess. It contains a lot of things, like this is from Sandra also. It contains like pictures of my art supplies, because it brings me to a happy place, and then I kind of recall like, oh yeah, I got that cool watercolor set, I should reuse it again, like revisiting some art supplies. just by looking at the pictures. So that's why there's like all these pictures of my brushes and stuff like that. But as you can see, it's filled with pages where you can simply just start attaching stuff. No rhyme or reason for the order. I mean, it's not like it's in section or anything. So, and this is a quote from Mary. It's called grace when you get what you don't deserve. I mean, isn't that just spot on? So in here I also write quotes about if I hear some streamer say something like really awesome or ponder about it. I got cutouts from my Inktober. I did Inktober. Oh, here are more quotes from Mary. The more he saw, the less he spoke. The less he spoke, the more he heard. Why can't we all be more like that bird? Isn't it cute? And then Aline wrote in chat that her mom's favorite quote was, "Shut up, you might learn something." So it's just justifying a page in your junk journal when you read stuff like that in chat. But basically what I was trying to tell is that it's a mess to look at, but for me it's eye candy all the way. Oh, it was from Inktober 2019. I did it in a tiny, tiny book. So I just decided to take out some of the drawings and glue in here. And then of course, stamps. We all love stamps. So whenever I get an envelope with like old school stamps, I tend to rip it out and then find a place in this journal to put it in. Some of the drawings are looking like really messy, but when I read what's going on, I can see that I was outdoor sketching. So, you know, this one is made on a train ride. So I have actually been traveling with the traveler's notebook. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of having it, right? But, yeah, I'll find for sure a cute place to insert the ephemeras from Deborah Adams Happy Mail. So thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. It really warms my heart when I receive Happy Mail. Oh, by the way, my junk journal ends with this section that I really love. I took the cardie paper and just cut it down, so I got like good stuff here to paint on, and then I got the PLS watercolors in the center. So it's just important to have like great papers mashed in with these difficult papers, because some of these junk journal pages are like a little bit difficult to draw on. It varies in the quality. So yeah, this got like the best from both worlds, you know. But enough about that junk journal. But I just wanted to show how I can picture me sitting outside and finding a place with my gel pens and then writing small things. And I even think I may find a good spot for this lace in the junk journal. So yeah, but totally this, oh man, let's use this. It's so beautiful. Yes, we should use this. I'm gonna put it aside. Okay, I gotta tell you guys something. If you saw my upload yesterday, I managed to totally flip over my sleeping pattern by taking a super long nap during the day after ending my work. So I woke up like 10 o'clock or something in the evening and walked around for 2 hours just getting something to eat, you know, doing laundry. And then about midnight, I recorded what I uploaded today. Today actually. But I did try to catch some sleep after that, and it just didn't succeed. And then when I had to get up at 8 this morning, I was just toast, man. I was so tired. So the whole day I've been running on strong coffee and loud 80s music just to keep my energy level up. But I kind of did it again. Around 5 o'clock, I did some really strange dinner. I made protein pancakes with berries. That's not even dinner. What's that, like a brunch or something? But the family ate it. I actually had in mind that it should only be like a snack thing. But after that, I totally went into bed, and I knew that I shouldn't. I should have tried to stay up, but I couldn't. So I did it again. I went to bed and then slept, and now it's 10:15 in the evening. So, but today I'm promising myself to stay active for the next 2 or 3 hours, burn off some energy, and then really try and go to bed. Because if I just veg out in front of the Netflix on the couch, I can literally stay awake until 4 or 5 in the night, you know, on those few hours of sleep that I just have woken up from. So I did it again, and then I missed most of the streams today. Tuesday is the big streaming day. We got Kathy Berg, we got Kathy Arbor, we got Mary in the morning. There is Miranda Watson coming with a Tuesday weekly upload. So I missed it all. So not only am I far behind with all the streams, but I know that if I veg out in front of the computer, YouTube, or the Netflix, I will be able to stay up so many hours. So it's better for me to try and do something creative and kind of feel more tired in hopefully 2 or 3 hours. Okay, now this. Actually, I have to tell you this. The lady, we call her, it's called a postman, but she's actually a woman. The postwoman rang on the door and hand delivered this. Because, as she said, she wanted to see my expression when she delivered it to me. I mean, how special is that? And I have covered up the addresses, but it's from Janet M. Young. I participated in an ATC Zentangle Swap, so she sent the swap back. Oh, what is it called? When you're returning the swap in this envelope. And it arrived like this, and I forgot to ask the post lady if this is a Danish sticker or if it's something that was put on from the US Postal. But look how cute the Postal Service are. They didn't want to cover up the envelope with the ugly sticker, so they took a post-it note and then just carefully hand-delivered it like this. But now I can peel it off. I just wanted to show you guys how they treasured this envelope during the shipping procedure. And then she was telling me something that I want to share with you guys. She said that most people ain't aware of this, but the majority of the bicycling postmen in Denmark are actually representing a staff that has been with the Postal Service for years. Turns out that the staff that are driving with heavy parcels, they get changed out a lot. I think it's because it's like heavy, you know, it wears you down to, you know, having to lift heavy stuff, you know. So she and her coworker, she has been hired in the Postal Service, she said to me, for more than 17 years. I didn't get how long her coworker has been employed at the Danish Postal Service, but it sounded the way she told it like for years, you know. And she's told me that every week they talk about they should have, when they first started sorting out mail, they should have taken a picture of the creative envelopes that they have passed through their hands through time and then publish it as a book. And she said, I kid you not, me and my coworker, we are sharing envelopes like these, showing them to each other whenever they come, and they are more rare these days than they were like 10 or 15 years ago. So she thought it was a huge honor being the one, you know, randomly picked here in Denmark to be the one who had to distribute this envelope that is so awesomely decorated, and she even decided to hand deliver it just to see my reaction when I received it. Isn't it just, I mean, it just, when you hear stuff like this, I'm just so fueled to decorate my envelopes from now on, because it really brings joy all through the chain, from when you put it and ship it to the receiver gets it. You bring joy to an uncountable numerous people, you know, on the way. But look how intricate this is. This is Janet M. Young in the zone, I'm telling you guys. Everything is hand drawn, and it's done with like the tiniest nib ever. It is so detailed and yet so perfect. I talk about being a Zentangling queen. Okay, and then you might think, what's inside? Well, this is where it's going to surprise you. Janet hosted a Zentangle Swap, and I've been watching the unboxing from all the other participants, and I did notice that for each and one of us, she made a magnet with our initials, and mine are LS, and that is so personal. I mean, it doesn't get more up close and personal than this. So going to treasure this, and this item is so going to end up in my junk journal too, as a really, you know, like a treasure. And then, not only that, she also created a folder to hold the 7 ATCs that ended up being received from the swap. And 7 is like, what? Because we only had to make 6 cards where 1 was for her, so I actually only expected 5 in return, so I got 2 extra. And I think it's because people like CB and was it Peggy? Not sure that I'm remembering correct, but there were several women who enrolled in the challenge and then submitted more cards than just the 6 that we had to turn in. But this folder is like taking from like a matchbox, matches, old school, totally handmade. And now you think like, what? That's impossible, because look at the tiny pencil strokes in the gray background pattern. But this is Janet M. Young, either sleep deprived, sleepless night, or, you know, strung out on coffee. This is commitment in such a high level that I bow to you in humble humility. I'm like, thank you so much. I am really appreciating the work that went through with just creating this holder. I will treasure it forever, ever. I mean, your whole personality of being so meticulous is just locked into this design and this artwork. So yeah, it's just awesome. Then I opened it up, and some of it I have unwrapped, because the first one was actually wrapped in this plastic, but you know, I wanted to show you up in person, because these things are so hard to take a picture of, so you really can appreciate the work that went into it. But Linda Green, she made this. This front is enough, right? Like, that's enough. But oh no, it got special features. Check this out. This is so cool. Okay, I'm a little bit scared to destroy it, so I'm just gonna wing it out. It turns out that you can twist out these arms, legs, and head, so you will end up with a girl. But here on the back you can see she made quite an effort in putting in all the details, you know, what the swap was, who it was created by. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm not even sure if I showed her email. I hope you didn't see it. I'm gonna flip it. But look at this. This is so funny. I mean, this is so, what do we call it? Creative, you know, like taking it up to a different level. Oh man, I remember when I saw that the first time and I already had shipped mine, I was like, oh my god, these ladies are like really professional. So I was in doubt whether my own things were like, you know, living up to people's expectations. But this is just, I'm speechless. And look, it's got the perfect height for my traveler's notebook. So I think that I will do the exception of taking this one out of this swatch holder and make a page in my junk journal with the magnet and then this doll here. It's gonna be so beautiful. And then I received ATCs that are neatly put into this holder. The first one is from CB and it's very intricate and detailed. And I so love the back of her ATC. Look how professional she is. She even took an effort to make the back of it an artwork in itself. It's an owl. I mean, it is so awesome. This is Janet's. And I am so happy that I received one from CB and one from Janet. I actually received from people that I know. And isn't it crazy? Like Janet kind of picked deliberately who we were going to receive from. I received in total from Linda Green, CB, Janet, Kathy Arbor, Judy Wilson, Angela Hicks, and Jay Johnson. So yeah, but this one is the one from Janet where she used the magnifying glass to enhance some of the patterns, and then you see them in tiny as the background. It's just awesome, awesome. This is the next one is from Kathy Arbor, and she actually had a stream where she was showing how she melted together a drawing with Zentangles around it. So if you want to see how this one was born, you can go to Kathy Arbor's channel and see that as a stream. And this is from Judy, and I'm not sure, but I think that Judy, like me, participated for the first time. I'm not sure, but I think that me and Judy, we were like virgin ATC Zentangler. So with that in mind, holy crap, this came out so beautiful. There is like, what's it called when it's playing trick to your eyes? When you look at it, there's a certain way of depth in this when you look at it. It's like mesmerizing. And this one is from Angela Hicks. So cute. And I love the different take everyone had on these ATC cards. This is a hologram paper. Is it called that? So you actually scrape out and get down to the bottom of the paper, which is a silver. And can you imagine, there's no margin for errors, because if you scrape wrong, you can't correct it. So she must really have had a sturdy hand to make this. It's so beautiful. But don't you just love that shimmery effect it gives? And what a creative idea to take one of those holograph black pieces of paper and then just meticulously sit and scrape off layer after layer. It's awesome. I am so happy that I enrolled to this ATC swap. There's something magical about sitting with people's artwork in original form in your hands. I know that there is a lot of diggy downloads, you know, where you print out your own things. But there's just something different about the original, you know. So yeah, I'll treasure this. So thank you so much. It is just huge. Okay, I'm gonna put this aside and then come back. But okay, I just wanna run through some shopping with you before I sit down and make something creative. This is my set of Monkey Gallery Oil Pastels, and I'm kind of running low on the white stick. You use white a ton when you work with pastels. So I knew that I needed to buy either. I saw that Paul Rubens had a set where you can buy 6 white pastel sticks just separately. But I was like, you know. So I was looking at the Paul Rubens Oil Pastels, so my eye catch this set. And I just want to make it, put it out there that if you have the Gallery Oil Pastel Set of 36, you will have the dark colors like the black, the brown, the earth tones in that set, right? Then it's an interesting choice to match it up with the Paul Rubens 36 Oil Pastel Set, because look at this. I immediately spotted that this set contains 3 white. That is super nice, right? But look at the colors. Do you see it? Where are the earth tones? Where are the dark ones? The darkest one is actually a warm gray. So can you just see how this set is a perfect complementary set to a generic pastel set? Because now you suddenly have a wide selection of the bright colors, so you save on your white. Because the reason why you need a lot of white is because you are using the white to tint the pigments from the sticks. So if you want this shade but you want it a little bit lighter, you need white to do that. So, but check this out. It's just, I feel like I invented the wheel or something, because I wasn't aware that you could buy sets like these. So, you know, if I bought like a generic another Monkey set, I would end up with duplicates. But this set is such a great compliment, and I even tried to look out what are the duplicates that you end up with, and it's not that bad at all. You end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 sticks are similar, but still not totally similar. Like this aqua was teal, what's it called? it's a little bit darker teal than the selection in the set. So you could say that this is a hue a little bit different, so it doesn't really count. And that just goes all the way. Like this set is a little bit more flesh toned than what the Paul Rubens offers. And I know I haven't swatched out these, but like with colored pencils, you don't really need to swatch out, in my opinion, oil pastel sticks, because what you see is somehow what you get on the paper. It's not like there is a drying shift, or it's not like, yeah, I mean the shift is not that huge. So even the yellow ones, I mean, look at this row here, there are no yellows. Because in the Monkey set, all the yellows are like Indian yellow or a darker yellow, where you got the more like neon lemon yellow, and only 2 sticks of those. Then it turns into have like an orange or a fleshy hue. But I'm just saying, I'm so happy that I spot this. It's an awesome complementary to build on the Monkey set, to match it up with the Paul Rubens set. I think it's even kind of on sale. I don't know. You know what? I watched a lot of the prices during the Amazon Prime. What happened was that 2 days before the Prime sale, I was browsing around thinking what would be interesting to see if it came on sale. So I kind of noticed the prices 2 days before the sale, and then I noticed the price level when it was on sale, and then I've looked back on some of the things that I kind of regret that I didn't get, you know, and then I realized that it's not that great of a sale. And I don't know if it's just my account here in Europe or if we got like different offers, but there is not that much to save. So I'm just saying that don't be sad if you didn't get this on a sale, because it looks like the prices are fluctuating up and down frequently during a month. So you can actually catch when you need it. Okay, I'm gonna give you this tip. The way I shop, and you know, I won't say that I've been broke, but I'm just saying that I have not had the same amount to shop for as I used to have. So I actually found a website called CamelCamelCam.com. You know what that is? That is a website where you can go in and you can find an item on, let's say, Amazon, and then you can say to the computer system that when this item's price dropped to, and then you plug in your level of what you want to pay, you received an email. And some of those price drops only last for 1 hour. I don't know why, but I have saved so much by using this CamelCamelCam.com. What I do is that I look for things that I find that I can, you know, find on Amazon, and then I think to myself, yes, that's neat, but if it costs less, I would be interested in buying. And then I set it up so I get an email when the price hit that level. Yeah. So I'm just saying that if you, like me, have a period in your life where you got limited budget, limitation in your budget, but you still need some generic things like white gesso, matte medium, a white oil stick, glue sticks, then go in and utilize pages like CamelCamelCamel.com, and then just be fierce. I mean, knock off 40% of the current price and say, heck, I would buy this bulk if it drops 40% in price. And then you might think, it will never get that low, but I'm telling you guys, it will. Lo and behold, for those who are patient to wait. I think the reason why it only lasts, one of those crazy offers sometimes only lasts 1 hour or 30 minutes on Amazon, is because they have a limit supply that's on sale, and it sells out so quickly. So that I think that what they do, I'm not sure because I'm not hired at Amazon, but I think that they get in on that desk saying that we got 1,000 units of this that we will put out for sale for this amount, and then when the last set is sold, the price rose back on to what it was before. So that's why it's important for you to not think so much about it. Just go in and get it immediately, because otherwise it will be sold out. Just a tip, because I was thinking about too long about something from Tim Holtz, and I waited so long that I didn't manage to take advantage of the offer. But I'm telling you guys, big brands like Tim Holtz, Dana Reevely, Paul Rubens, whatnot, Faber-Castell, Van Gogh, all of them are having these price fluctuations on Amazon. So it's not just the China stuff. It's you know, good companies, big companies got those things too. Especially on colored pencils, I have received a lot of emails because I plotted in a lot of colored pencil sets that I was interested in if I had to replace my Prismacolor set. Good Lord, there's money to save in that. But okay, today we're gonna play with oil pastels because, you know, this just arrived. So of course we have to break this in by using them. And I am so lucky that it contains a ton of bright, happy colors. So I can just picture myself doing some sort of a crazy abstract face, trying to use most of what's in this box here to see how it works. Does it crumble? Is it easy to smear? Kind of a little bit of a product review. So I might even label this upload as a Paul Rubens Oil Pastel drawing and happy mail. So yeah, but this one is going to be like the backup set because you do need darker values like the brown and the black, you know. So it's gonna be like the backup. Okay, so if you were with me on my last stream, I showed you this pile of 10 sheets that made out of I called it art therapy. It's where you just throw stuff on it. It was done in a period where I wasn't able to maintain a brush grip because my fingers are I got arthritis in my fingers. But I still wanted to play around with paint. So what I did was I just scraped color on, glued stuff on it, stenciled, and created 10 sheets that I now am digging into that pile, trying to work with them again to finish them off. So on my last stream, I took one of these, and I'm so sorry I called them ugly sheet. I can understand on the comments that the word ugly is not the correct word to use. But to that, I have to say this. Check this out. I totally adore when I'm watching other people's happy pages like this. I think they're awesome, you know. But when I watch my own, they're not that magical to look at. So I don't know if you guys have it the same way, that looking at other people's abstract sheets looks so much prettier than when you make them yourself. So I know that ugly is not the terminology I should call these pages. So I'm gonna call them, what should I call them? Step 1. Yes. Step 1 pages. So on my last stream, I took a step 1 page and I made this one, and it was inspired by another step 1 page that ended up in a finished state like this. And the whole technique that I was inspired was, I think it's called the one-line drawing. I'm not sure, but it's when you take like one continuous long line and try to make a face. So this face consists of 3 lines. There's like one long unbroken line making the eye, one long unbroken line making the lips, the face, the ear, and then the last line is simply just the hairline. So working with that easy approach, I did this one on my last stream, and I was a little bit sad because it kind of drowned. It's not that visible that I only used one line for this whole area here, even though I tried to enhance it with the enamel accents from Tim Holtz. So it looks strange that I got this sideways mustache right here, right? And you don't really see that I only use one line for the neck. So I'm thinking about, I should be more expressive on my next one-line face. I'm gonna call it one-line faces. I should be more expressful and do it more like Picasso Escure. Not talking about placing an eye where an eye shouldn't be, but I should really, you know, do it more wonky. So I decided to work on this sheet because this is the most difficult step 1 sheet in the pile, where I'm looking at it and thinking, oh, it's difficult to what to build on top of this. But I picked it out because I can see that it goes pretty darn well with the sheet I received from Deborah Adams. So let's work on this one, okay? Okay. I'm thinking that I want the face on the portrait side of the paper. So, oh, why didn't I adjust the camera before I pressed go? I just didn't. Hope you didn't get seasick from this. And I am wondering if I should have the pattern of the nose in this collage. I can call it collage, right? This collage paper, because it is so pretty with the, you know, the tinted, almost flesh tone background color on top of this dictionary paper, and I really don't like to cover up the intricate stamped flower. I think it's pretty in itself. So that's the plan. This is going to be the nose bridge. And then I'm gonna take my Neo 2s and just kind of sketch in loosely, but still working on the concept of one unbroken line to be the Picasso kind of face. So I got some inspiration by looking at different Picasso style faces, and I know that I'm not sketching this in one take, but it's because I got foreshortening issues. So I'm just gently going to just hint where I want the line work to be. Suddenly I can't speak. Okay, I should have like a really wide nose so that pattern paper shows up pretty. Like this, maybe. And then maybe I can go down here and make a curve to make an ear. And I'm gonna make it like a wide ear because I got space over here. So I'm simply just turning into a circular motion with the pen. And then I want to stop it right here. And it's so funny. Look how this is my nose, right? Look how it's almost got the placement of the lip, the upper lip here on the paper. That's a bit funny. But I will be covering up so much of this that I can't even utilize that. To place the upper lip symmetrically, I'm gonna cheat and do it first. Like this. And then simply connect that line to my infamous beard. You know, just taking it down here. Thinking. Is that it, or should I have once again? I really like that I had like one black line showing the neckline, and then nothing on the other side. So we're gonna do it like that. Okay, so let's start first tearing up the piece of paper, gluing it down, and then come in with a stronger sketch line so that you actually are able to watch what I'm doing on the stream. Ooh, this is good paper. It's like got some oomph to it, some heavy weight. It looks kind of brutal when you start tearing it up. Got one nostril there. It's a little bit too much nostril showing. Now I'm trying to shape a nostril, and it doesn't have to be like totally spot on. It can be wonky. So if it goes like here, it suddenly reminds me a little bit of Debbie Adams and her bunny because I'm dressing some features in the face up with Debbie Adams likes to use jelly print and pattern paper. That's the nose, right? Yes, let's marry that to the paper. And I don't know if you guys watched Devon Rex's latest upload. Oh, clever cookie. You know how she uses a bone folder instead of a credit card scraper? And she is so clever. She can crease the centerfold of a book when she's gluing a piece of paper that's going to cover both sides. She just went in, score it with the bone folder into the centerfold crease, and then freaking used the rest of the bone folder to mash out her collage piece to the page. And I was like, whoa, why haven't anybody thought about that before? So I'm totally going to try it for the first time and see if I can utilize the bone folder the Devon Rex way, because I really love that. I'm gonna glue with, first I used Yoo-hoo sticks. They were cool, but they were kind of pricey, so I switched to Scotch glue sticks. Super cool glue, a little bit, not pricey, but it's like a budget glue. Then I found the European brand Linux, and they are like 1/4 price of the Scotch glue. And then I managed to go in on CamelCamelCamelcom and I got a pretty good deal on 12 glue sticks from Linux for, I think it was 45% off market price. It was, of course, a big discount because it was a bulk purchase of 12 sticks in one go, plus the additional discount because it was on sale. You know, the bulk item was on sale. So I'm telling you, ladies, you can save a lot of money. And stuff like glue and toilet paper and kitchen roll, I mean, you have to, and baby wipes, you have to find the cheapest option because it's a secondary thing that you just need as a tool. So yeah. Okay, bone folder style here. Ooh, it does work. Look how it's pushing out the excess glue and all. Plus, on the bone folder, I got this rounded metal tip, so I can use that to come in here on the stenciled letters and really lay down the collage piece on this uneven surface by going around the letter. You probably could do that too with a credit card scraper, I guess. Nice. That's nice. A lot of people use matte medium when they're collaging items, but because I had that long COVID unfortunate period where I didn't receive my normal salary because our business, you know, I got my own online store, our business was totally closed down because of COVID. We lost a lot of our income, and that made me find alternate ways to glue down things because I really found that golden matte medium was too expensive on the long run for me. And I must say that I'm pretty content using glue sticks, and it has been the supplement for a lot of solutions where I used to grab for matte medium, and now find that glue sticks are doing the job just as well. And so far, none of the things that I've glued down has lifted up. Okay, this one would be awesome right here. Plus we got that stenciled raised textured letters, so we can test out the bone folder. I'm totally gonna call it the Devon Rex glue method. I really thought it was super clever. Okay, let's smack this down. Oh, look how beautiful this paper is just fitting in on this sheet. It was like meant to be. So Deborah, it was meant to end up on this piece. Yeah, I like it. I feel that I can burnish around the stencil work, not so much so that it will show up when I go over this with another medium, like another color, but I am able to, you know, burnish it down pretty darn good. I feel that I got it more control than compared using the credit card scraper, because it's so flexible. Mine is, after all, I don't know what you guys are using, but mine is so flexible so it actually bends, where this is, so it's such a firm tip. So without any issues, I was able to burnish around this stencil area right here and lay the paper like totally aligning with the letters, doing an awful job showing it on screen. Okay, I want more of this purple somewhere where it's not going to be covered up. That's a tough one. Immediately I feel that the lips should be in pattern paper. Wouldn't that look cool? Like, imagine this area here as lips. That would just really rock my boat. So back in redoing the lips, I'm simply going to cut out the mouth from this paper, and the ideal thing would be if I could glue it on as the last item, but taking a chance right there that it will disappear from my desk surface. So why not just glue it in immediately? And just to be sure, I think I'm gonna give myself some pattern paper, some of this pattern paper that's big enough to make a second set of lips in case something happens. You never know if this gonna get so messy, or I don't know, if I somehow manage to screw it up. Sorry, I'm really trying not to swear on these uploads, because you know what, people can be forgiving when you're live streaming and slip over you. But when you are making a deliberate upload, you have the opportunity to go in and edit. So that's like no excuse for dropping an F-bomb on a pre-recorded upload. So I'm really trying to speak nicely. Oh, I like this. And lucky me, Deborah used permanent products, so it doesn't even smear out. Yay. Okay, so we got the nose and the lips. Where else? Maybe it's down here on the neck. It could be awesome to have that, some of this pattern paper here. But the neck, wouldn't that be in shadow? So it would make more sense to have like the bluish color. So if I took like a triangle shaped piece of collage, just for that. Yeah. And then the shoulder is, in my imagination, exposed to some sunlight. That would actually work, right? Let's marry that to the pepper. Yeah, I think that would work. I'm gonna put this one down first. And because I want that exact position, I'm just gluing down one corner and then I'm lifting up using the bone folder to pick it back up. Look, Devin, you just invented a whole new way of gluing. Now I got glue on both ends, the paper and back on the collage piece. Oh, perfect. I can burnish around this letter M to get it really sealed down. So it's like a used rice paper or a napkin that just gently folded itself around the top surface it's glued down on. Like a bow. If you're having problems, I know, I just said that I wouldn't swear or anything on my uploads. If you're having problem remembering the CamelCamelCam.com website, think camel toe. Right there. Now you will never forget it. Now you will forever ever be able to recall the website's name. Just saying. And now people are like, oh my god. Okay, here I got another stenciled obstacle on the page. No problema. Cool. I like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna kind of, I like this triangle right here. It wouldn't hurt to have a triangle shape somewhere. It could be fun to have it like this, maybe. Yeah. Now I'm gonna be a little bit frugal with Deborah Adams piece of paper, because if I am lucky, I can save some for my junk journal. Yes, it would fit there. Perfect. Oh, I moved it. Good thing, then I can take it back here. Okay, burnish. I think when this page is done, I'm gonna go over it with matte medium now that I know that the collage paper is with permanent supplies, so it wouldn't shift or move. I think I got a corner here that's not glued so good. Okay, it's down. It is down. Yes? Okay, I'm content. Okay, so I managed to drop an F-bomb anyway, but off camera, because I just realized that I forgot to press record. But don't worry, you didn't miss a thing, you didn't miss a single camel toe expression. All I did was to glue down 2 extra pieces of paper. I decided to use this pattern paper for the ear, and then Deborah's, the whole of her stamp rose to go in to act like a cheek or something, and then connect to that line I got going there. So you didn't miss a thing. Okay, on my last drawing, I was sad that the one line expression kind of drowned and disappeared. So on this one, I want to make a one line that's kind of raised up. And in case that you are willing to try this, and I think you should because it's fun, and you are the lucky owner of this Zentangle abstract piping set that comes with these nozzle tips providing you opportunity to pipe out fun line work. Oh, it's born to do this. If you don't have that and you got the Ranger's enamel accent, you can also pipe out a line of acrylic paint that would like stand up like a sausage. But my fingers is finding it difficult to squeeze out from these tubes. So I'm not really using paint that comes in containers like this at the moment. I found a substitute for that. Oh my god, this is turning into be like the semi-frugal crafter channel. If you go out and buy in kids section of the supermarket, you can find it in the toy department. Paint to paint rocks with. You will find these applicators, and they're very similar to when you're making faux stained window glass work, because you can pipe out line works in some sort of, I think it's acrylic paint or something, but it will hold its shape. I tested it out trying to make some dots. It's very difficult to show it on camera, but they are actually acting like enamel dots and got a raised profile. So I only did the dot work. Now I'm gonna use them to test out if you can do line work and, you know, write with it. That would be fun, right? I'm a right-handed, so in order not to smear out, I'm gonna start from this point here so that my hand won't smear out if I started at this point right there. So now I'm gonna pipe out the one line face, and this face is going to be looking like it's done with only one line, one unbroken continuous line. So, but I'm gonna cheat because I don't know if I can do it in one go, one take, so I might need to have some pauses and flip and turn the paper. But here we go. Should I zoom down? I'm gonna push the camera down a little bit. Oh. Will it stand? Will it hold? It will. Ooh. Oh yeah, the container is so soft that it comes out effortless, almost too much effortless. So you get this uneven application until you find the tempo. I even think that you can, no you can't. Oh, okay, I'm just not gonna care. It's gonna be like it is. But look, what I want to do for the nostril is make first a bow here and then something like this to make some abstract, artificial kind of nostrils. I think that would be fun. And this is where I'm cheating because I'm totally starting at a different starting point. But oh man, I know this is not a tutorial, but if you're playing along, it would make me happy. A lot of people are struggling with making faces, but yet they want to make a face. I think this is a fun alternative if you effortless want to create something on a piece of paper, but are not in for the big job of making a face, you know? Like, it's a big job to make a whole face. So turning into abstract Picasso kind of thing is just super fun. Okay, here is the ear. So, oh my god, I'm waiting for this to give a big burp, you know. I'm sucking up air into it, but so far no burp. I find that it dries fast. It dries faster than the Ranger's enamel, the paint, but nothing dries as fast as the Sennelier acrylic pipe set. That's just solid rock. I mean, you can build houses with that, and it's totally merged to the paper. So what I'm thinking about when I'm using this is, will this chip off? That's a possibility. Hopefully it won't, but it could happen because it is, after all, super cheap art supply. But I kind of find that finding substitutes for things, it's just as fun as going thrifting, in a way. Because you really feel that it's a success when you succeed to come home with an art supplies on a tester base, and then when it turns out that it works, you're like, yay! I'm just gonna, for no particular reason, for fun, draw a circle in the mouth, in the middle of the mouth, just because it looks funny. I have to connect a line somehow to be the mouth. I dislike that the beard downward stroke from the previous drawing, so this time I think that I'm simply just going to make a vertical line going out here, asking for trouble. Okay, now I have to start here and end there, or the opposite way. What's easiest? Maybe it's easiest to take some of it down. Whee. Still no burp. That is actually amazing. And then it comes right. Oof. Ta-ta! That's the first line work. When we are progressing or getting having more progress, or what's it called, I can do something over here to, you know, like, express the second eye. But yeah, let's make this dry up. Oh, I am so tempted to take this line. No, okay, I'll wait. I will wait. Let's dry this up. But if you guys want to try this out, I just wanted to stress out on this white piece of paper the line work that I just typed out, so you can see the idea of having a horizontal line here on the eye and then continue it in the mouth. And then later on, when I have applied some flesh tones, you could, if you wanted to, do like this. I saw this on the internet. How Picasso cool is this, right? And I just adore if we can make this work. It's fun. Fun. Oh wow, I spooked myself out. I was heat setting the line work, right? And then when I lifted up the drawing, an imprint of a face done in fog was on my table surface. It spooked the shit out of me. Look! I mean, how spooky is that? I don't even know if I can do it again. Let me see if I can. I just went like this. And then when I lifted it up, okay, now it's not so visible, but I really got kind of spooked right there. Just wanted to share. Okay, I must be hitting some sort of a twilight zone here in Denmark. First the ghost face, you know, on my surface, right? Then I'm still waiting for that line work to dry out, so I see that Maggie White is live right now. So I go in and check her channel, but look, what I don't get is that she's streaming live right now. It says here like the stream was started 9 minutes ago. Then there is actually a chat, and I'm thinking, how can she have a chat in the comment section while she's live? And then I realized that the comments are like 5 days old, and I see that the recipient of the comments are none other than Lindsay the Frugal Crafter. Some kind of voodoo is going on in my house, where Lindsay the Frugal Crafter is appearing in Maggie White's live stream. Actually, you know, on my screen. Isn't that just crazy? What happened if I click on one of the, this one says in Danish, see the answer from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter. What happens if I click on it? Oh, it still shows. Oh, I'm gonna turn down the volume for Maggie. Oh my god, isn't that strange? YouTube is having a cow, I'm telling you. Okay, so now I turned down the volume for Maggie. I'm gonna take out the camera so you can see more of my screen. What I see on my screen is, you know, we got like Maggie's live chat here, and then we still got the Lindsay the Frugal Crafter's commentary section right here. So now I'm gonna press F5 and see if Lindsay disappear from Maggie's screen, just for fun. Let's see, F5. My YouTube is thinking. Okay, let's see what happened. Yeah, it cleared it up. Now it's back to normal, guys. No more voodoo on my screen. This was a fun one. But okay, order in court. We need Judge Judy to slam down a hammer and restore order, back focusing on what we are doing on this stream. No more rabbit trails. But it was weird. And then you might think, well, couldn't it be because the last upload I saw was from Lindsay the Frugal Crafter? And to that I can say no, because the last thing I saw on YouTube before starting this recording session was Devon's collage book, where she demonstrated how to use the bone folder instead of a credit card to smear out the paint. Or not the paint, to glue down things. So that is just extra weird, right? But I did mention Lindsay in this recorded session because I was talking about, you know, me being almost like a channel, a budget channel on how to substitute for no money at all some of your beloved art supplies. Okay. Order in court. Judge Judy is telling me to continue. Now for the exciting part, the thing that we all have been waiting for is how to test out these Paul Rubens 36 oil pastel sticks. I got it in this box and I realized that there was something rather sweet written on the top of the lid, and I wanted to share. It was just sweet. Listen to this, what they write. and it's in a tiny print, so you almost pass it over. It says, "Don't worry, the best will always inadvertently show up. May you have the courage to move forward and ease to step back." Ooh, but isn't it cute? A small encouraging greeting from Paul Rubens. Okay. Happy. This is just perfect. I got this like darker hue right up here in the eye socket, so it couldn't be better, right? So all I have to do is maybe go in with some sort of a blue shade. Ugh, already there. Dislike this. Look how it just came out in a chunk, like it cracked. Not good. It is not as creamy as the Mungyo, and now I don't know if it's because I just really hit the paper with a chunk, but I got a seriously opaque layer right there. It's like completely coverage. So that was a surprise. Was it just an incident? Let's test it out. Let's just take this one right here. This behaves differently. I think I just had an incident. I have been storing these oil pastel in a shaded area, and I have not unintentionally hit it with my heat gun or anything, so it's not that's not the cause why this pastel came out and kind of cracked on me. You know, that could be the reason, right? Let's see how they melt together. You have to work it. You have to work it. Yeah. And I don't like to talk bad about an art supply because I really like art supplies. But I will say that there is a very there is a difference. You can tell that this is not the Mungyo. If you have to list your oil pastels in a range where the number 1 is the best you ever tried and the last is the not so best, I would say that number 1 is Sennelier, the second one is the Mungyo Gallery oil pastels, my third one is the Guitar brand that I got from China, and these are on the last place. Not to be I almost said bitch. Yeah, you can say bitch. Not to be bitchy, but they are way too firm a stick for me. It comes down in a very opaque, thick layer. It's good if you like to just have an instant application that's covering up everything, but if you like to smear it out and have it like semi-transparent, where you know, I know it sounds crazy that you actually can layer with oil pastels since it's such an opaque stick, but I find that with the Senneliers in particular, that you can benefit from having an underpainting, so you can kind of build up your values. You know, it's less transparent, a stick. I shouldn't do product review. Now I regret promising to do a product review because I suck at it. But I'm just saying my first initial experience, and I am trying to pick up different sticks so that I'm trying out as many of the stick as possible to see if I'm just unlucky. But okay, when you get used to these, they are actually good. I mean, just like Black Bean, he got used to working with the Crayola pastel sticks. He kind of got so skilled working with those that it's like the go-to stick brand for him. I can picture that these can be like the go-to pastel stick if you start out with these and haven't tried so many other brands. I mean, then I could imagine that if you learned how to get the best result with these, that they would be like the bomb, you know. I could easily imagine that. Good thing is that, man, it's pigmented. It is loaded with pigment. So much that it comes down super opaque. Maybe that's what they were looking for in production, because they know that people who uses oil pastels enjoy full coverage. So they actually produced just that in these pastels right here. But I have to say that I can see how I'm leaving my fingerprint when I'm smearing it out, and it just testifies about this being a much more creamier, saturated application than the Mungyo sticks, because I don't recall ever have seen my full fingerprint like there where you can, like, if you were a CIS investigator, you could totally dig out my DNA from that fingerprint right there. And it is not like that when you work with the Mungyo pastels. So right there, it just must be saying something about the thick application you are having from these pastels. Feels nice to the skin. I mean, I don't get annoyed. I actually think that one of the good things about them being such a solid, thick stick is that the opening time is much longer on these than on other sticks that I have tried. Let me just for fun mix it up with a Mungyo. Of course, it just blends in like it's been doing it for forever ever. It just works fine. No issues there. Okay, let's try out the white. Super important that this is satisfying to work with, because that's the whole reason why I ended up with this set. It's because I need to stock up on white. Yeah, nice creamy white. Actually, this white is better than the Mungyo white because it's coming down on the paper so thick that you got like an instant coat of highlight, where when I use the white from the Mungyo, it kind of mixes in with the top layer, so you're just tinting the surface, but you have to like make marks to get that crisp white highlight. But here it's like white. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that I was a little bit hard on my review on this one, because I can tell that it's user yeah, you could say user error, like I'm not giving it a chance to adapt to using a different medium than what I'm used to, so I was unfair. I like them. Oh my god, I should never review products. I suck at it. Okay, let's try some of these orangey flesh tones up here. The bad thing about this is that I'm jumping so much in the colors because I want to try every stick, that this will be like a super messy face to look at. But hey, I'm just trying to be honest. I like and I don't like that I covered up the pattern paper. It's kind of a shame that it happened because I was supposed to leave it talking for itself, since it's a very special pattern paper for me. It's gifted from Deborah Adams, so it's not like it's my own creation. So I don't want to cover it all up. But definitely, if you just have this set and nothing else, I think you need to back it up with a set that got the darker values, so that you can get some dimensions in your artwork. Because I can see how it's so pastel. It's yummy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it for being so pastel because it saved me on the white stick, right? But I can see how it's not like a standalone set where you can just buy this and then nothing else. You kind of need some of the Prussian blue and the ultramarines and the burnt siennas from the traditional color range sets. Oh my god, the opening time is just crazy on this pastel. Look how I can just, even though that it's been a while since I applied it, it's still tacky and will accept a blending. That is actually pretty darn good. I'm just grabbing a baby wipe to clean off my fingers. Another thing that I noticed, because the stick is so thick, it doesn't really pick up when you apply. So look how clean it is. And I'm just noticing that because my Mungios are like totally affected by the underlayer whenever I apply anything. I can't even find an example that the camera will like. Okay, yellow, that's a stupid one because everybody knows that yellows get contaminated. And let's go back to this. This is a good example. I got a lot of different colors on this stick. So it's not purple. I don't know if you can see that I used it on top of something that was red. And it stays on the stick. But none of these sticks where I applied it on top of a different color seems to be carrying on a contamination of that. Not even the white. Yeah, okay. That must be because of the consistent of the stick. That's super positive in my world, in case you were wondering. Let's try the lemon yellow. Look how it's like a bumblebee yellow. It is so beautiful. That was pretty, if you ask me. Oh man, I like it. Sure, it's a new toy, so I'm, you know, excited to try it out. Oh my god! It is an advantage that it's so creamy that the opening time is different. Yeah, I totally think that these two pastel sets works well together. Ooh. Let's get like a fresh spring green eye up here. Oops. I'm hoping that I can wipe off the pastel that ends up on my black line work. Maybe I even need the pastels to settle in and get drier. No, look, luck is a lady. I can simply just wipe it off. The lines from the acrylic pipe lines with a baby wipe, I can retouch them up so they become black again. So that was nice. But I will do that as like a final step when I'm completely finished. So yeah. Now I'm pondering like a freak about what to do else on this page. You know, it's like I don't really have a plan for the background, and I kind of feel that in a moment I would, because I approach oil pastel sticks in 2 steps. I do an underpainting, and then I let that dry, and then I go on top of it with my second coat. And I feel that I'm close to be there where I want it to settle in, dry up a little bit, give myself a break from the artwork. Artwork, it sounds so I don't know, but is it art? It is art. It is art, people. Give myself a little break from the artwork so that I can attack it with fresher eyes. And I kind of feel that I am at that point. Maybe I need to whiten up and equal out these 2 cheeks right here. But I still like the, if you could see the flower from the pattern paper through the pastel, which is going to be tough. I can see that. Okay, let's for fun go in and... Oh, okay, can you see how, because it's so creamy and fat, it needs to settle before you can apply a second coat. Bummer. Okay, what happens if you work with a hue that's almost similar? No, it definitely would benefit from a small drawing session where you kind of let it settle a little bit to the page. She says, and then continue. I'm like my worst example. Okay, party people, I just have to try this. No, there is an issue with layering on a fresh coat. I will say that. And I don't have that issue with the Mungios or the Senneliers. So if you are really impatient and don't feel that you can wait with your layers, you might need a different brand than this. I'm trying to bring back some of the flower. Yeah. I'm clueless to what's going to happen now. Can you feel it in my energy level? I'm like, do. Then what next? Maybe some green up here. I don't want to make like a bald person. So let me give myself some time to ponder about what to do for hair before continuing. So I think I'm gonna pause this video and then ponder about where to put in some hair before I lay down more pastel. But this is so strange, this nostril area right there. What happens if I just cover up some of it with white? Ooh, can you feel it? I need Debbie Adams' expertise in how you transition from pattern paper to painted surfaces and then back again to pattern paper. I also, and I shouldn't even say that, I'm gonna say it, I'm a little bit scared that this will always remind me of a penis shape, so maybe I should do some dots or something to break it up, because now my mind saw it and can't get past it. I'm sorry, that's just how my brain works. So I might need to do something in that area. Okay, time for a little break. Okay, I cannot stop viewing this as a penis for some reason. I need to break it up. So I'm taking a teal color. I just have to change the colors on this and making it go in a different direction. Maybe some light green. That would really throw it off in my head. Like, then it's not reminding me of I should just keep my mouth shut right now, I think. Much better. Now I'm totally in doubt whether this whole stream should be uploaded. Okay, I find myself having difficulty with the hair because I like the linear work in this, and this is a one-line face. So why mix in a lot of soft thing like fluffy hair? So instead I'm thinking about utilizing the paper sheet from Deborah Adams by creating something that would look like I don't know, a dotted hat, but still have these angles showing so that we stay in the linear universe. And to save time, because this is getting a long stream, I'm gonna do it off camera. Oh man, this is super dragging out as a marathon stream. What I did was that I cleaned up some of the line works, and then I'm gonna take advantage of being able to paint that line work to get in that circle that I had planned for the mouth. It's looking odd. It's looking more and more strange. I think I should try and work on this maybe tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm not really feeling. Sometimes when I'm working on something while I'm working at it, I get this idea of where it's going, what the next step will be. I don't have that feeling right now. Gosh, could that even be me talking about a mouse? A mouse? Inspiration? Yeah, I feel like I'm running on fumes and not fuel, if it makes sense. So it would be, let's say that I wasn't making a recorded stream, I would definitely take a break right now. So lo and behold, I think I'm gonna split this up in part 1 and part 2. It's also getting a little bit late here in Denmark, so it would be sensible, and I think that Judge Judy agree with me that heck, it's getting late, so I should be happy for what I made today, and then could try and continue finishing it off tomorrow. But because I want to tell Janet that I received her happy mail, and also tell Deborah Adams thank you, and that I received her happy mail, I'm going to upload this part, because that's the important message in today's stream. So I'm gonna chop it up in part 1 and 2. But hey, we can do that. So thanks for watching. If you did stand out all this babbling nonsense for so long, thanks for watching, and have a very, very nice day.